Hey there, I'm Brendan. In this video, we're going to talk about the difference between a class and an object. It's a little confusing at first, especially if you're new to programming, especially object-oriented programming, and you hear people talking about classes and you hear them talking about objects, and I think that we all, when we're not paying attention, have a tendency to use the words interchangeably. But they are, while close, not exactly interchangeable. So what is a class? A class is the definition of an object. But it's just a class. It's this definition that you see here, class, my class, right? So all this is our class definition. An object is the instantiation of a class. And you can have multiple copies or multiple instances of a class. So here you see we create a my class object called my class, which is a little bit confusing, I'm sure. But I'm using that to illustrate the fact that they are used so interchangeably, these two words, and that can lead to confusion. So in this, we have a class, and we have a private variable of A, a public variable of B, and a protected variable of C. We have a constructor, which when you instantiate a class as an object, the constructor is called automatically when an object is first instantiated. So while we define B as 2, the constructor is called when the object is instantiated, or when the class is instantiated as an object, and it immediately overwrites that B value that we set and sets it to 3. We then have a simple function called setB, which takes a value and then sets the B value or the B property on the class to whatever value we passed in. So on line 20, or on line 19, we instantiate a new myClass object. We echo the B property, which can be done because it's public, and we would get 3. On line 23, we set B, we call the setB function on the object, and we set it to 5. If we then echo out the myClass B property, we would get 5. But the thing is, we can instantiate multiple copies or multiple instances of my class. So we can have another class equals new my class. And if we echo another class, B, we're going to get 3. And if we then echo, just so that we're totally transparent here, my class B, we will still get 5. So you start to see that you can have as many copies or as many instances of a class as an object that you want. So when you hear people talking about classes and objects, they may be talking about the same thing, but they may be talking about the subtle difference between a class as it's defined up here and the object that is instantiated that is a representation of that class. Each object can have its own state, as you see when we set my class to 5, or the B property on my class to 5, then instantiate another my class as another class, and the B property on that is still 3. So that's the difference. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully that fills in a couple blanks for you. Good luck.